Cancer, it's me, Stella Wilde. I'm here with your How to Find Love in 2019 reading. So this is for all my single Cancers. So this reading is going to illuminate how you're feeling about love as you go into 2019, who's coming toward you. We have a whole list of questions. If you see me looking off to the side, it's because I have my questions over to the side. And there will be an option to get the extended reading at a very reasonable price, because this is just going to reveal only so much. And then if you want the rest of it, you can get it on my website, very reasonably priced. Okay, so the first question we have, Cancers, single Cancers, is how are you feeling about love as we're going into 2019? Now, so far, the signs I've done, each one came out with a different number of these heart cards. I'm waiting for one to kind of pop out. I think Aries had 3, Taurus had 2, I think Gemini had 2. So let's see how many want to pop out for you. This one's sticking out. So this is what I'm saying, like when I shuffle, and a card sticks out, I feel like that's the one we need. All right, sometimes these cards just like they come flying at me, so we also know, okay, this one's kind of sticking and this one's flying at me. So let's do 3 for you, Cancer. So how you're feeling about love as we go into 2019. So you are wanting a partner, sacral chakra. So this is the sexual chakra. So it's the one in between, it's between your belly button and your genitals. So it's that, you know, pelvic area of the, you know, the sex area. Okay, your sacral chakra. It's a very creative zone, very creative chakra. It's also tied into your money, not just intimacy, but also, and creativity, but also money. So I think you're wanting a partner. However, you have been feeling rather detached, Cancer, from the whole game of love, the whole game of dating. You probably had a relationship that broke up in the last year or so, maybe even longer ago. We know with Cancers, it sometimes takes them a longer time to get over a relationship than other signs. I would say Scorpio is the same, but Cancers in particular. So you may have had with this dove here, you may have had to let a relationship go and detach is the message here. So you may have felt rather detached and walking away from a lonely situation. Could have been a relationship in which you felt that you were alone in the relationship. So you were moving on, but you really still want that you want a connection. You want a very intimate sexual connection. And you are really hoping that this is the year that your dreams are going to come true for that. Like you know, you're tired of not having that connection, that real, true, passionate connection that you want. And you're tired of feeling alone. I really am feeling that, Cancer, that you were alone in a relationship. This could even have been some sort of third party, like you were sort of with somebody, but not really. And, you know, that's why there's this feeling of wintertime and aloneness that is quite pronounced for you as you go into 2019. But you left that behind. I mean, that is in the past. That's behind you. But it's still kind of in your energy field. And you are really hoping for this 9 of Cups, this dreams coming true. Like you want this relationship to, not this one, but a new one to come in. Okay, so let's look at our next question is, what's been the obstacle for you, Cancer, in finding true love? All right, I'm going to pick from my other Rider-Waite deck. What has been the obstacle for my Cancers in finding true love? Okay, let's see. All right, the obstacle. Moving in the wrong direction. And look, a 3, third party. I said that. I'm getting a feeling there was third party. And you probably, I think you may have even known, but you didn't care because you felt like it was somebody better than nobody. I think that's what I'm feeling. But the obstacle is that you have been moving in the wrong direction. You stayed in this attachment for too long. And you stayed in this attachment for too long, Cancer. And as a result, it was harder for you to move on than if you had been in it for a shorter time. But look, this is also a 3. So there was a third party. Just third party situation. That's been the obstacle for you, Cancer, in finding that true love. All right, our next question is about the inner work. Even if this wasn't third party, that's the obstacle. I mean, it may not have been. But it's the idea that you were moving in the wrong direction. You were investing in the wrong opportunity with the wrong person. This person was not worthy of you. All right. So what else? This is our next question. What do you kind of need to work on, Cancer, for yourself in order to find true love? Like, what do you need to do? Okay, let's see. What do my Cancers need to do? I'm going to pull 3 for this. Okay, look at this. Cheating. There was absolutely cheating going on. Now we have the 3 of Cups upside down. King of Wands upside down, which can be classic, like narcissistic cheater. And then the 5 of Swords upside down, which is finally burying the thing. You know, finally ending the thing, making it go away. But here's the deal, Cancer. Our question was, what can you do, right? What was my question? Inner work can you do to attract real love? So this is still in your consciousness. This is still in your aura. This is still in your energy field. You have not fully, even though the situation is over because, you know, it's been released, you have not fully processed it yet. I mean, I said you left it behind. You did leave it behind. You did detach. But look, it's coming up. So it's still, there's some lingering issues to work through over this narcissistic, probably a fire sign cheater. So Aries, Leo, Sag. Cheating card, 3 of Cups upside down. 5 of Swords, it ended. But it probably ended badly. And there may be another level of healing, Cancer, that you need to do in order to move on from this. That this is, again, this is part of the obstacle. Not only was the person not worthy, this person was really not worthy of all the love that you had to give. You were moving in the wrong direction, but again, it's like, it's still there in your consciousness. There's still an issue. I'm going to pull another card. I want to know, like, what do you need to know about that for finally letting it go? It needs to be finally let go. In your mind, in your heart. Like, it's let go in the reality. Like, you're not seeing the person anymore. But the lingering effects of that situation are still impacting you. Still, you got to work on it. And purge it from your system. All right, let's see. What else does my Cancer need to know? I want to know. Okay. Judgment upside down. So you have to accept, Cancer, that you made a mistake and it's okay. All right? We all make mistakes. Trust me. We all make mistakes in our love lives. Many of us choose people who aren't a good fit. And we choose people in that way sometimes because we don't want to be alone. So it's really okay. It's this idea you have to forgive yourself for... I feel like you're beating yourself up, Cancer, over a bad decision you made in getting involved with this person. Because you kind of knew they weren't really at your same level, you know? And of course, it hurt very badly with this situation. But it's like now with the Judgment upside down, you haven't fully forgiven yourself. Like, you're blaming yourself. Like if I never had gotten involved with them, blah, 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 I wouldn't have been hurt. Well, true, but then you also wouldn't have learned some valuable lessons. So, relationships are part of the school of life. So it's okay. It's okay. The important thing is you passed the test because you didn't go back to them. You're seeking fresh horizons, new people. You want new connections that are worthy of you. So that's good. So that's the thing. Stop beating yourself up, Cancer. Just it's no good. You got to work on that. That's another part of the obstacle that's standing in your way of manifesting the true love in 2019. Okay, so that's the inner work, the inner release work and forgiveness of yourself that you need to do. Okay, I'm going to pause the video so my computer doesn't melt down, and I will be right back with who's coming toward you, who you're going to meet in 2019. Okay, Cancer, so now let's look at who's coming toward you. Who is coming toward you to fulfill this wish for intimacy, this wish for intimacy, as we already looked at here on my cards here. This wish for intimacy. Who's coming toward you? Let me pull from my romantic tarot. Let's see. Okay, Cancer. Who's coming toward you? Look at this again, this Three of Wands. But look at the difference now. The Three of Wands is upright. So who's coming toward you? This person has recently been, well, let me back up. The Ten of Wands upside down here in the middle, and then we have Wheel of Fortune upside down and the Three of Wands. So the person coming toward you, Cancer, has just maybe moved to your area. They possibly have left a relationship recently that was quite a burden to them, maybe within the last year, but they may be newly moved to your city. They have been kind of bemoaning and complaining to the universe that they are having a difficult time. Wheel of Fortune upside down. They're having a difficult time meeting anybody. Like, because they're new in town, they don't know who to, like, where to go, what to do. You know how it is if you've ever moved somewhere new. Like, it takes a while to, like, find your bearings and to even just make friends, let alone try to find people to date. I don't care. It's the world of the internet. Real connections still take time to develop. Call me old school, whatever, but real connections take time to develop. And so this individual is kind of like, yeah, I'm not meeting anybody real. It's just, because I just got here. And if they didn't recently move to your town, they probably just got out of a very burdensome, tiring relationship. And so it's the same thing. They're kind of like, well, where is everybody? I've been in this relationship. They could have been in a relationship even for 10 years with the two tens here. It could have been a long time. They could have been in a decade-long relationship that they just got out of. And so they are really kind of out of the loop with how to meet people. Lots changed in 10 years of how to meet people. But again, old-fashioned Stella over here still says the best way is not swiping, but actually meeting people in person. First. Not on the internet first, but in person first. Okay. Oh, kids these days. All right, what are you going to do? Anyway, I think that, so that's the possibility with this person's story. But I love this card now because look, the situation's turning around. Before we had the Three of Wands upside down for you as, part of the obstacle, part of the problem that had been going on for you. But now this person's showing up as the Three of Wands upright. So this is somebody who would probably be a good option. The only little kind of fly in the ointment, God, I'm coming out with all these old-fashioned things today. The only little problem is I just don't like this 3 for love questions, because the Three of Wands can also be kind of like, exploring your options. Now, with it upright, it's like this person is worthy of you, but they're still kind of exploring their options. All right. So, I mean, I just have to say that we're going to, when we go to the other side with this reading, on the other side, we're going to pull a few more cards to dig deeper into this. So that's just something to keep in mind, that again, because this person's coming out of this possibly long-standing relationship, they might feel a little like a kid in a candy store, like, oh, now I can, like, you know, meet all these people. So that's what I'm saying. Just kind of keep that in mind. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling. But we're going to explore deeper with this. It's possible also that you meet this person in a group environment. So it could be a workplace, it could be a gym, it could be a sporting event. It's something it's an action-oriented type environment. Bowling alley, mini golf, golfing, running club, hiking. You get my drift. Kayaking. It's like something that is in motion, because it's a wand. So it could be an environment with other people around that's doing some sort of activity like that. Okay, so that's another possibility. But this person is, you know, is a good possibility for you, Cancer. There's nothing like bad here. This just to me is their situation that they got out of, and they had been waiting, and the timing kept not being right for them to get out of it, and it finally was. So that's why they're really into, right now, exploring their options. But we'll see what else the cards have to say on the other side. So if you would like to learn more about how this situation is going to unfold with this person and the rest of your love life for 2019, my single Cancers, please click the link in the description and get the extended reading, which will be available on my website. When you buy a reading like that on my website, one of my products, not a personal reading with me, but one of my products, the link, you create an account on my website and you have access to those video readings for as long as they're up on the site. And I'm not planning on taking them down. So, you know, you can watch the video as many times as you like. All right, Cancers, very interesting. I will see you on the other side. Take care. Stella Wilde.